Today, I want to talk to you about a fascinating story which Telefonica, the company that I work for, has embarked on. It's a story of transformation, a story of a really old Spanish company which realized that its business models was really kind of going nowhere, and they needed to innovate in order to survive. So what did they do? They looked to the startup community. They looked to you guys to help them out. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Wayra, specifically Wayra UK. But you're probably wondering, well, who the hell is this guy on stage? So let's just run through that first. So I'm perhaps a kind of random entrepreneur getting there. I studied history and modern languages at university, and whilst I was at university, set up my own social enterprise, a company called DebateMate, which now operates across the world, teaching disadvantaged kids how to debate and to climb the ranks of social mobility through those skills. I then had a bit of a stint as a diplomat, didn't like that, and went into corporate consulting at Telefonica. And that's where I came to realize that actually Telefonica has loads of challenges, and that's how Wayra helps them out. So let's find out a little bit more about it. So Wayra is Telefonica's window to innovation. It's something which we embarked on over 3 years ago now, and I'd like to share with you some key data of what we've achieved to date. So it's the largest accelerator program on earth. To date, we've had over 22,000 applicants from across the world, but it's important to say that only 1.4% of applicants get in. We've funded to date over 300 startups. That's almost one every minute. Despite what that slide might say, we've got 60% across Latin America and 40% across Europe. And of that mix, 55% have graduated and 45% are in acceleration. We've got academies across those cities that you can see on the right-hand side. And as a fund, we've invested over 13 million euro. The co-working spaces which we've created, and you saw an example of that on the slide before, it totals 11,000 square meters. And the split between our entrepreneurs is roughly 80% men and 20% women, which is not good, and that's something which we're working on to kind of change. So I hope, if there's some here, you'll consider Wayra as an option for you. So our startups, what do they achieve on a kind of funding basis? All right, this slide. So on a funding basis, 50% of the graduates who've graduated from our academies, they've raised third-party funding. The average in Europe is just over $500,000 US, and in Latin America. But in total, in less than 2 years, our startups have raised, in total, as a collection portfolio, $56 million US. So I think you'll see we're making traction. We've got a long way to go, but hopefully that's where some of you guys can help us out. So what makes us different? There are lots of accelerator programs. Barack an accelerator program here, but what's different about Wayra, and why should you consider it as an option for your business? Well, we're international, and we tap into the power of Telefonica. So Telefonica is one of the world's largest digital telecommunications companies. We have presence in over 3 continents, spanning 13 countries. So if you're looking for an option to really accelerate your business and to go global, then Wayra is hopefully something for you. Our brand value, being part of Telefonica, gives entrepreneurs access to markets, to customers. We have over 317 million customers worldwide, operating more than 20 countries. So tapping into different ecosystems is something which Wayra affords to you guys as entrepreneurs as part of our program. And some of our success stories, well, we categorize our success in 3 different categories. So the companies which are able to work with Telefonica through Telefonica Fit, funding, and also the traction which the teams demonstrate. And some success stories, you probably can't see that, so let's run through them. In our portfolio in London, we've got a company called YoYo. YoYo is a marketing engine for offline retailers. It's powered by in-store payments. And they joined the program back in May and closed a seed deal of 5 million US. Doutíssima, which is about to go viral, it's Brazil's #1 health and beauty online platform operating out of the UK. It's led by a venture partner at DFJ Esprit, and they have just announced yesterday that they've signed continual deals worth an annual value of 1 million euro with Telefonica. So again, you see an example of a startup accessing the power of Telefonica. Insane Logic, we've had a lot of discussions with the entrepreneurs. I mean, Game Looper, we spoke about the power of social and social impact. Insane Logic is a social enterprise. It provides communication tools to individuals who struggle to communicate with those around them. They've recently closed a deal worth €1 million or just over or 1.25 US dollars. And then we have OpenDesk and BuzzMove, both marketplaces which are really popular in our portfolio mix, who are receiving a lot of funding in the UK market and getting a lot of real traction. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because I want to give you an opportunity to consider Wayra and to consider what Wayra could do for your business. If you're an early stage project, if you have disruptive technology and you can help Telefonica in its pursuit of new business opportunities, then I'd really urge you to kind of grab me. I've got a couple of minutes before I need to head to the airport for a quick chat, or you can contact me through the Twitter handle, which was at the beginning. And what do we offer to you? Let's not try and attempt to read this slide because it's got far too much text on. But we provide you with funding, we provide you with advice and mentoring, access to some of the world's best mentors and the global VCs. You get access to Telefonica, which I think you'll agree is quite powerful. We've just been through some case studies. Acceleration services, we provide the experts who will work with you and help you scale your business, along with the partnerships and offers which we've negotiated through Telefonica's corporate leverages. So I hope that gives you a flavor for what we do at Wayra. Hope it gives you an idea of how Telefonica is changing as a result of the companies which we have involved in Wayra. And if anyone's interested, I'd love to have a quick chat with you, and even better, I'd love for you to apply. So enjoy the rest of your conference, and thanks for listening.